Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I like the background.
Thank you.
Uh, it looks like a band logo. Is that accurate? Maybe some inspiration? Can you talk about where it came
Um,
from?
um, s- there was a photographer at a show that I did when I wrestled O'Shea for the first time. And since O'Shea wore a mask at the time, I had a mask of my own, so I wore that. And when I came into the building or whatever, it kind of looked like some like final boss vibes
Hmm.
when he took the picture. Um, so he took that picture and he was like, "Yo, could I like make like a death metal like logo out of your name?" And I gave him the permission to do so, and he did, and this is what it came out.
Yeah.
I got like a few other colors, but I've just kind of fell in love with it.
Yeah. Nah, I dig it because it does look like like a metal band logo, but I'm getting like a Street Fighter vibe from it too.
Yeah.
So the fighting aspect certainly fits. I do want to get into MLW Never Say Never, but July 8th, it's airing live. I think it's a big opportunity for MLW. How important is it? Because, the brand, the league has grown over the years as a taped show.
hmm
This is like a huge event. It's going to be airing on Fight. How important is it for not only MLW, but you as a performer to get in front of a live audience and sort of get this live feedback in real time as as the show's progressing and, instead of waiting a few weeks for it to air?
I think it's definitely extremely important. I think this is something that can definitely like. I feel like we're already on the map, but like the impact hasn't been big enough. And like we've reached like I know with the Reels deal, like we've reached like a certain demographic that nobody else is really touching. Um, so like I think with it being live and that demographic, being able to reach even deeper into that demographic will be extremely beneficial for us. And then for me, I feel like this is like a almost. I feel like every big moment that I've had in MLW has been a test. And this is like the final. This it's not the final exam, but like it's the final exam kind of.
Mhm.
So like, can can I perform under this kind of pressure or not? Like this is like a make or break moment in my opinion. Um, so I definitely think this is very, very important. Just for now, if I do end up beating Hammerstone, that'll be kind of like the tone setting for me.
Mhm.
And then like whatever happens in the future, if I'm not with MLW, like wrestling on like one of the other two big brands. So there's a lot. I guess like there's a lot in the backpack for me right now.
Not to put the proverbial cart before the horse, but do you know if there's been any talks about a second live event, or is this right now a one shot deal? Like,
It's I haven't heard anything about it this being like an ongoing thing, but I would imagine that it is. But I think it's also one of those things where we got to see like how this event does. If this event does great, which hopefully it does, if this event does great, then we'll have more opportunities in the future.
mhm. Hammerstone's the match you have. You're going in Battle Riot 5 winner. You're also a former national open weight champion, but Hammerstone's had the title, like, as we're recording right now, it's 629 days. So it'll be, it's, my math's awful. I think it'll be 640 by the time the match happens. But second all-time longest reign in MLW history, second only to Jacob Fatu.
Mhm.
Would it be an upset for you to beat him? Would you consider
Um, I don't know if it would. I don't know if I would call it necessarily an upset. Because like I feel like when people say an upset, they think like, oh, this guy has no chance. But oh, he pulls it out and it's he just upset everybody. So I don't think it's one of those deals. It'll definitely be shocking. But I don't think it's an upset at all. Just like looking at like um, the response that we've gotten from this match. Actually, I'm gonna say from this match, from this journey leading up to this match. I don't think it's necessarily gonna be an upset. I
Mhm.
think if Hammerstone ended up beating me, like I think that would be way worse than anything for anybody who watches MLW.
Yeah, it's fun. It's been fun to watch your journey. I'm glad you put it that way. When you first arrived in the company, I think if you want to look at it as far as like babyface heel terms, like you were positioned as a bad guy, but I think as the months have gone on, you've won more people over, especially with some of the challenges you've done. I know the cheesesteak thing was you know at a fan's expense, but I feel like that won people over too.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
So
That got me a lot of social media traction. Hell, like even a teammate of mine from college, from when I played rugby, she was like, "Oh, I use this in like all my group chats and stuff like that." And I thought it was nuts to me because she's not a wrestling fan, so it
mm,
was crazy to me that it even reached that far.
mm.
But like I'm still waiting on a cheesesteak slap shirt. I'm still waiting on that. But yeah, I think that really I think that opened up some doors for me as far as like new fans and new eyes.
Some people might look at it as an upset, but also I think there's going to be a lot more people behind you than maybe
Hmm.
what maybe that other people would expect because of this journey, how it's gone.
Hmm.
But what would your cheesesteak order be? You got John's and you got Tony Luke's, right?
We don't eat cheesesteaks around here. That's why I
No.
slapped them with cheesesteak. We don't eat
What
cheesesteaks.
about roast pork? They got roast pork sandwiches.
No. I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. Okay. O'Shea Edwards is also debuting on this event. You mentioned him when we just started recording.
Hmm.
Uh, what's it mean to have a guy like that? People know him from Ring of Honor. You've obviously have your own history with him. What's it mean to get a guy like that in MLW to work alongside?
It means the world. He's definitely a guy I've been pushing for, and it's been a minute. It's been hard. I've had to be on a lot of people's tails, but I think that O'Shea Edwards is truly the total package when it comes to professional wrestling. He's somebody I strive to be like, even though he will tell you that he's trying to get like me, and I'm trying to get like him. So that's our dynamic. But yeah, I definitely think he's a total package. The man can talk, he can wrestle, um, and he can cut one hell of a promo. So like, I think he's it. I just think he really needs that opportunity to kind of like be showcased a little bit, to really like broaden those horizons. Like I know that he was in Ring of Honor, and like that was his own thing. But I don't really think from when I watched, he didn't really have a chance to like really showcase like the important stuff. Like, yeah, we know that you can wrestle, but like he didn't have a lot of chances to talk or cut promos and stuff like that. So um, with him being in the Boom Fight Club, I'm going to try to get him as many chances to speak as I possibly can.
Mm.
I just want to see him win. He's been an integral part of my career. He's the match that I had with him was actually the match that I actually realized that like, yo, I can actually like be a problem in this business, a problem in a good way. Um, so like for and he didn't. I mean, that was just like a byproduct of the match. Like that's where I got the beads.
Mhm.
There's the ones I got were smaller than this. This is an upgrade, but um, just like that match did so much for me, and he's done so much for me along the way. So just being able to have that input, like who's going to be in the Fight Club or not, and then also like going forward trying to get him those opportunities so that he is showcased, he's not just there. um, that's what I'm looking to do as the Fight Club captain.
Mhm. I think not only having you in his corner, but I think MLW is a good spot for him in this case
Mm-hmm.
because I could see, and the reason I bring it up is Jacob Fatu, the SST, like you would think, okay, they're not going to talk much. They're about what they do in the ring, like real tough guys, but the flea market skits, like
Hmm.
like selling the stuff outside of the arena. I thought
Yeah.
that was some of the best stuff I've seen on TV all year. And it like
Hmm.
really, really highlighted their talent specifically, but like just kind of emphasize like giving talent that might not have that chance, just give them a chance and see what they could do. Like let them
Yeah.
spitball, see what comes out of it. So I think much like those segments, you guys can also find something together and sort of put it
Hmm.
out there, and MLW is giving the chance to do that.
Oh yeah, 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 most definitely. I'm excited to see what they come up with as far as like how we make it work. I think me and Thomas have really, really good chemistry. Me and O'Shea have really good chemistry. So I'm waiting to see like how Thomas and O'Shea play off each other. I think they'll have good chemistry, and I hope that they do. Um, and if we all have good chemistry and it's just circulating, this is gonna get nuts.
Mhm. You've had the Thrilla and Phila. There's the Peach State Prize fight, Big Apple Grapple. Uh, those are some of the more entertaining segments that you've been a part of. But I just saw you did an interview about it was with Love Wrestling. I'll put them over
Hmm.
between two beards, where you said you dust the guy's ass in Canada.
Yeah,
I think MLW maybe needs a Canadian challenge coming up soon.
yeah, they do. Um, Probably something with bacon or something with the maple leaf. One of the two. I don't know yet. I have to get back
It's
to you on
yours.
that.
It's yours. We'll set the table. You got to come up with something. They'll bring in some Canadians for you to, to rough up. It'll make some money off of it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Most def. That'd be fun.
When you did the Thrilla and Phila, did you know, like, were you a Boy Meets World fan?
No.
No. Okay, because
I won't say that I wasn't. Like I watched it, but like I wasn't like a diehard fan. Like I
yeah,
enjoyed the show.
when they announced it, I was like, oh yeah, that's the segment that was like when Vader was introduced. So I thought that was like kind of fitting, and then I forget who I said it to, and they're like, no, I had no idea. We just thought Thrilla Phila, like the rhyming thing.
Hmm.
But I was like, oh no, like there's a Boy Meets World connection. So I thought it was pretty cool. Uh, if there's a match, I do a watch list feature going into Never Say Never. Excuse me, going into Never Say Never. That you'd maybe sit somebody down and say, here's what best represents what I can do in the ring. Here's what you're going to get against Hammerstone. Is there a single match you would pick? Is there a few matches or moments that you would point to and say, here's what I'm trying to present in the ring every time I go out there?
If you have IWTV, Guardians, my match from Guardians of the Southeast. That's one just like based on like just aggressiveness, a bit of just being with kind of because I did amateur wrestling and collegiate wrestling, and I've I dipped into that bag a little bit more in that match, like especially in the beginning of it. So I definitely checked that one out. Um, any of my matches with Brian Keith, I think one's on IWTV and the other one's on YouTube. I think they might be both on YouTube. Um, hmm. I have a match with Cole Radrick out there. That's another good one. There's a few more that I can't think of right now, but I can always send those to you.
Always fun to go down the YouTube rabbit hole. Anything else you want to promote or plug before we get out of here? I know the big events, Never Say Never, July 8th, anywhere people can see you coming up.
Get your tickets. Come witness history. Come witness history. It'll either be really, really bad or really, really good, but come witness history.
Well, let's hope for your sake it's really, really good. You could
Yeah, let's hope
celebrate.
it's really, really good.
Uh, Thanks for your time, man. I really appreciate it. Best of luck next weekend. Have a good afternoon, man. I appreciate it.
You too. Thank you.